Last time on Trials of Mana.
A party member or like an optional boss?
Yeah.
Like towards the end, it's just like, do you have what it takes to face the final boss? Face
And it's
me.
just Nana. Like, ah!
She starts bolting on.
Episode 36, The Two Priests.
Alright, pups, welcome back to Trials of Mana. Is this it? Is this the finale? We're here in Mirage Palace. Okay, we got two teleporters here. Let's go left.
Where are we?
I'll take this one. Beam me up, Scotty.
Those demons over there like, yes, take that one. Giant floating eyeball. The peeper.
Take care of the Spaniard and the giant, and the third for questioning.
I don't think that means what you think that means.
You keep using that word. I do not think it means what you think it means. There we go. I got rid of the peeper.
Get out of here, you peeper.
So, to continue your tradition, a one-eyed monster.
Ah.
There you go. We had the sperm ghost, now we got the one-eyed monster. Ooh, now we got three now.
Ooh.
Well, I want to get that chest over there. So let's see. Oh, okay. Alrighty. Do you see what I see?
A peeper, peeper,
I meant on the map.
floating in the hall. Is there a little cactus?
I don't think so, because little cactus is represented by like a little flower top.
Okay.
Map. Whereas treasure chests are just
The
chests.
treasures.
Don't waver. We cannot let the forces of evil win.
Oh no,
Ah!
even more.
Good will win.
Kevin's like, I'm not ready. I'm not ready for
Oh,
this.
I see. The statue with the glowing eyes.
Ah, is where you need to go.
Yup. Okay.
His eyes were.
3 honey elixirs. There must be a boss battle coming up.
Oh no.
Let's say for the battle ahead.
Dun dun dun.
I've come to reclaim my throne.
You managed to get
There he is, the masked mage.
Bravo.
Dun 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 dun.
Terrible
Bum, bum.
person.
Oh my god.
How can you do this?
I hate it.
Thanks, I hate it. And there's Heath, the Tainted Soul.
What a lively bunch of would-be heroes to have defeated the Benevodons. Look how powerful.
Sorry, everyone. I just cracked my neck right into the mic.
Infused with their combined energy. This is its true strength. Now I shall absorb this power into my body. I will live forever. An immortal soul stronger than the
Dude,
goddess
what's
of
on your
mana
face?
herself.
His scars. This is what happens when you deal with the dark arts.
I will become a god.
No! Not the sword of mana! Stop!
Stop, or I'll say stop again.
Fairy. I really think you should stop.
Start to flow within me. No longer will it channel the
Ack.
sword of mana as you
We're not
know
there
it will
yet.
be lost forever.
But yeah.
You must see
I like how you
the
picked
end
up on
is
it, though.
inevitable. What?
Quit reading ahead.
Sorry.
Reading ahead from the actors. There we go. The pain. Ugh. Oh, I told you that story?
No.
Alright, so
The surge of light is
Phil and I
holding
were
back.
doing this old movie called Dragon Waking. It was like supposed to be just like this fantasy epic. And after like shit goes down from like random things like the hamster being in the shot to like so many goofs, The final line is, Satan, go to hell. And I stab him and he goes, no, the pain. Ah! But Phil was so fed up that I'm just like, Satan, go to hell. I stab him and he goes, ah, the pain. Ugh.
I feel like...
And then right before the camera cuts, you hear Phil go, that last scene was horrible!
I definitely feel like it would be hilarious to watch Phil imitate, like, serious villains, but as, like, a disappointed Italian.
Okay.
Like, tell me that wouldn't be so funny.
Phil dubs?
Yeah.
I
Of Phil just, like, walking on screen to be like,
once pitched the idea.
the pain.
Because he likes doing the Schwarzenegger voice. To just do Schwarzenegger dubs of, like, iconic scenes. Or even, like, some of our old videos to make them funnier. Yeah, I'll talk to you about the Purple Avenger. Alright, so we have to fight the Tainted Soul now. The masked mage went off to the goddess tree, the tree of mana.
Yeah.
And the Tainted Soul is gonna hold us back. So here we go, the battle with the Tainted Soul. His battle is very Castlevania Dracula-like. Like, he'll warp all over the place, he'll shoot lasers, and he'll taunt you.
Okay.
Oh, yes. But yeah, I get Castlevania vibes when I fight this boss. But also, Heath's voice actor is not that good.
Oh.
So he's always just like, behold!
See, it makes me wonder, is it the voice actor, or is it like they just had them say this one line with no context?
Oh, it could be
So
either.
it's just like repetitive without like the influx of emotion.
I'd have to look up the cast of this game and see what else they're in. Like, was this one of their first roles?
Yeah.
Were they just scooped up off the street? The street?
Skeet!
Skeet! No. Scooped up off the street? Or were these, like, seasoned...
Like veteran actors.
Yeah, actors. Probably not, like, top tier, but, like, voice actors that have done a handful of projects, and this was just poorly handled. That's my big question. That's what I wonder.
Because I don't... Like, it's not the best, yeah, but...
It's not the worst.
Yeah, it's definitely not the worst.
I've never showed you Symphony of the Night's voice acting. It's one of the greatest Castlevania games, and everybody loves it, but its voice acting is atrocious.
Oh, no.
Die, monster!
Oh, I think you've
You
shown
don't
me,
belong
like,
in this world.
Dracula's.
Yeah. It was not by my hand that I am once again given flesh. I'll say this. The guy who does the voice of Dracula, you can tell he's having a ball. No matter how little that check was, he used up every cent. I was called here by humans who wish to pay me tribute. Tribute? You're a thief. You steal men's souls and makes them your slave. Perhaps the same could be said of all religions.
My pen!
No, I dropped the mic.
No, all three mics are upright.
Never mind. Never you mind. What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets. But enough talk. How about you? Now those lines, as cheesy as they are so iconic that years later, when they redid the game and rewrote it, fans hate the rewrites.
Oh.
Yeah. The original line is, what is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets, but enough talk. Have at you. The revised line is, mankind, a cesspit of hatred and lies. Fight for them then, and die for their sins.
Well, they have two different connotative...
Well, they have two different actors.
Yeah, but even like, I feel like the vibe, the meanings
Okay.
of what's being said is different.
Okay.
One is talking about a pile, like, humans are a pile of lies. And then the other one is, like, talking more about, like, sins.
Okay.
A lie and a sin is very different,
Okay.
connotatively.
All right. So you feel like there's a reason why fans are outraged at the rewrite?
No. I feel like it doesn't matter. Anytime
just
you
change.
Yeah, anytime you remake something, people are either gonna love it or hate it.
True.
So
Look at Trials of Mana here.
yeah.
People dislike that they got rid of the multiplayer feature.
But they made
because
everything so much better.
You never played the original. You don't
All
know.
you had to tell me is you can't dodge. You just have to take it. And I'm like, no. I don't think I will.
You will one day. You'll see.
You'll all see.
You'll all see.
And Mando's first impression.
There we go. Alright, we're getting him. Man, come on. So yeah, he doesn't do much himself, so he's gonna have a lot of mooks. He's got ghosts. He's got ghouls. He's got ghouls and ghosts. There's a series I love you too
Coming
much to
this
introduce you to.
Thursday.
Oh, hell no.
What?
Ghosts and Goblins / Ghouls and Ghosts. It's a series.
Oh boy.
They are considered the hardest games in existence.
Oh, no.
Why? You play as King Arthur. When you get hit once, you lose your armor. When you get hit twice, you're dead.
Ha!
That's it.
Huh. Never mind.
There's a skit where it's just where he like, all right, you got this sturdy armor. Go off and face the demons. And he's just like, oh, you're back. That was quick. Yeah. I was fighting some zombies and the armor flew off. Like, I see. Well, I guess we'll have to. No. I took a turn and the armor flew off. It flew off. It flew the fuck off.
Where am I?
Get it now? What did you make this out of? Twizzlers? You whittled it out of a piece of wheat?
Worry about me.
Can't take credit for that. That was an old skit.
Get to the
Don't
sanctuary
worry
of
about
Mana
me.
and stop
Well,
the
I'll just die here.
masked mage.
No, Heath.
so we have one more area we have to go to. The Sanctuary of Mana.
Listen
And
to
face
me,
the masked
Charlotte.
mage.
The
I feel like
masked
that's what's gonna happen with
mage
Milo. I'm gonna spruce him up, give him a bath, make him
In the
real pretty, and then
past,
he's gonna die.
Wendel was
Okay, so this is the
overseen by
backstory.
2 priests. One of
So there
light
was 2 priests, one
one
of light and one of dark. Charlotte's
Two
grandfather is the
halves
priest of
the
light,
same whole.
and Belgar, priest of dark,
The
is
priest of
Heath's
light
father.
was
Ooh.
Charlotte's grandfather. And Belgar, the priest of dark, was my father. One time, my father came across a deathly ill child, so sick that they couldn't be
This is
saved
what
by the
happened to his
power of
father.
light. Instead, he turned to the forbidden reviving arts for an answer. He became
He turned
obsessed
to
with
necromancy.
cheating death. With his new dark
I heard it,
powers,
yep.
he tried to save the girl,
Someone just
but it was too late.
Burning rubber.
burned rubber. Yep.
But my father's obsession with the forbidden dark magic was rejected by the Temple of Light.
So he was cast out from the temple for using
He
necromancy.
was thrown out for his crimes. To make matters worse, my father's face was
And his face was
horribly
scarred,
by his newfound
So he had to wear a
powers.
mask.
He began to
So
wear
his
a
father
mask
is the
to
masked
cover his
mage.
head.
The
But
priest
such
of
a
darkness.
mask could do little to hide the evil growing
Dun, dun,
within
dun.
him.
Dun dun.
With Wendel
dun.
against him, my father attempted to use his own body to test out his new reviving skills. He became
Oh, he's a lich.
immortal. A dark lich. Unstoppable now that he has the Benevolence power. Practically a god. I tried to make my father see reason. He was once a good, honest man. But his heart is only darkness now.
Oh, so
Even I
Heath's
fell to
actually
its corruption.
dead.
Yep.
I am just a reanimated corpse. You helped me recover my corrupted soul from the dark depths into which I had sunk. But even though the battle brought me back to my senses for now, it is only a matter of time before I fall again. This is my last chance to say goodbye. Charlotte, I know you can do this. You can defeat my father and save the world from evil. I believe in you.
Farewell, Heath. It'd be a lot sadder if we had more than 2 scenes with you.
I know.
There's another character I won't spoil in Yeez who passes away,
Sure.
but it's a lot more impactful
Everyone.
because you share a lot of scenes with that
May
character.
Nana be with you.
Once again, going to the difference between like one's kind of like childlike and it's just like, oh, it's sad,
Yeah.
this character who we saw twice. Whereas another one that like you've actually
Spent time with, yeah.
a significant amount of time with passes away in a not silly matter at all. Yeah. And if Yeez is anything like any of the other games, Adol's just gonna grab a boat and bolt.
Yeah. He's gonna be like, hey, bye.
He's always like, cool, I saved everyone. Peace. Off to the next adventure. Because, like, that is the crux of his character.
Well, yeah,
It's
I
just,
mean,
like, he loves adventure. He's always
an
thinking about the
adventurer.
next adventure.
Let us work together to defeat the invitation.
Because, what's interesting is, like, from the very first game, like, there's an opening monologue about, like, telling the story of Adol.
Okay.
Because, like, he recently passed away. So, like, apparently he passes away, like, well into, like, his elderly years. On, like, one last adventure, and, like, he passes away, and it's just, like, these are the stories of his
Oh,
adventure.
okay.
So it's, like, recollecting.
Gotcha.
And I'm wondering if, like, we're ever going to have a Yeez game where it's, like, old man Adol. Kind of like the shootist.
Yes.
Just going out for, like, one more round, or, like, Logan.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Could you imagine, like, thick red beard Adol?
I love it.
Going to town. That would be like the perfect swan song for the series.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if it's ending soon because like the newer Yeez games are selling quite well. Whereas it was a niche game when it started out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeez was very much like it sold decent, especially in Japan, but like nobody knew what the hell it was. And then like I think Yeez 8 was like the big bridge between like obscure and having its own like actual cult following.
Yeah.
And like Yeez 9, so where like it's what I like to call like B or C tier RPGs, to where like everyone knows Final Fantasy. You haven't played Final Fantasy, but you know what it is.
Yeah.
Whereas like when we get to B's and C's, it's more like Wild Arms, Star Ocean, and then we get to like Yeez and stuff. It's like names where it's just like, the hell is that? Oh, it's an RPG.
Yeah.
And then by actually playing them, you learn more about them and be like, oh shit, this has been a while, been here for a while. Where the hell was I?
That's what happens when you don't share Japan.
Mm-hmm. Japan needs to share Mother 3. Earthbound 2.
Okay.
But in America, the games were called Earthbound, but in Japan, it's just called Mother.
Okay.
And Mother 3 is considered one of the greatest RPGs of all time, and it never released to America.
Of course not.
People have fan translations of the game. Everyone's just like, before you die, you must play this game. It's apparently very emotional.
See,
You star a little boy.
here's the thing. I feel like we need to go to Japan. A, because I love history. I love Asian culture.
Sounds good
And
to me.
I would absolutely adore seeing Japan. So, like, the temples and...
Because, like, I'm wondering if, like, I want to wait until there's an official release and I die before that happens. Or get an English translation ROM and finally play the game.
Well, what I was saying is we should go to Japan and then just buy a console there.
Okay.
Because they have, like, the different setups.
Gotcha.
And then that way we can buy the games online
Okay.
and play them here. Because we'd have a Japanese console.
All right. We could also just order a Japanese console.
Yeah, but then we wouldn't get to go to Japan.
Good point. You make an excellent point. All right, so right now I'm doing all the last errands before I take on the finale. So, do you want me to speed through this and we'll just la-di-dee?
Yeah.
What do you say?
Yeah,
All right,
I think so.
Puppers, we'll see you back here.
that was a lovely run.
Thank you. All right, so now we're in the Sanctuary of Mana. We're gonna take on the Masked Mage, also known as the Priest of Darkness, also known as
Heath's dad.
also known as the Dark Lich.
All those names, man.
So many names.
We're getting into the Lord of the Rings Silmarillion here.
Oh my god.
This sword's name is Bill, but as soon as this guy touches him, his new name is this. But then he evolves into this name, and like 14 names later, you're like, are we still talking about the same sword?
It's funny how you caught up to that. You picked up on that. Because I don't remember that from the Silmarillion at all.
Oh my god,
Until you
that's
mention
like...
it, then I'm just like, oh yeah, that is the Silmarillion.
Yeah. It,
Damn.
like...
So the Sanctuary of Mana is dead. All the trees and all the grass.
No mercy for him. I know you're
Alright, so I'm gonna get the last couple items I need.
Candy!
Yeah, because we don't have enough candy. Ooh, mana armor.
Can never have enough candy.
Look at all those seeds I got. Rainbow seed, question mark seed, gold seeds, undead suit. All them good stuffs. I don't know what the max level your pot can get to. But I also know that there's still the post game.
Yeah.
So I'm curious if I should shoot for max level or just like, hey, let's just round out this game. We've been here for close to a year now.
Yeah. Well, I feel like these longer RPGs like that are gonna take probably a year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm still deciding, like, if it's fair to do one RPG a year. Well, we're technically not doing one RPG a year.
It's just
really
the
long
length.
ones.
The long ones, yeah.
Because we're still doing I Am Setsuna. That's an RPG.
Yeah.
And, woohoo! Imagine getting stabbed by one of those.
Huh.
Slayer Mace, okay. And what do you got? Truth Lance. That's very petite.
It looks way deadlier, though.
Yeah, it does.
Like, that shit'll blow a hole right through you.
Alright, we're gonna stock up on some nice items. Because this is the final battle. Let this be our final battle.
Ah,
You ever seen He-Man?
a while back. I was never a fan of He-Man.
What about the movie starring Dolph Lundgren?
Nope.
Woo boy. The best part of that movie is Skeletor.
Ah. I love the Skeletor memes.
You royal boob. I am not nice. There's actually a Return of the King cartoon for Lord of the Rings, and I swear to God, the guy who does the voice of Skeletor does the voice of the Witch King.
Ah.
It is jarring because you're so adapted to the Peter Jackson, where it's just like, no man can kill me. And I'm watching this cartoon, and it's just like, fool, no man can kill me. And I'm just like, boy, we really had a weird sense of intimidation back in the 60s. Like, it wasn't always, you fool.
Yeah, it wasn't like deep and raspy. Well, because I feel like,
booming.
because I feel like at that time that was sexier.
Okay.
Whereas like, nah, people are like, who wants that? Luna's on a rampage.
Yes, she is. What you doing, baby girl?
She's burning off energy.
Okay, so there is one lone little cactus still in this area. We gotta find him and save him for the sake of the sanctuary. But also, the only enemies here are these shapeshifters, which will morph into monsters that we fought before. These are the only enemies in this area.
Yeah.
So there we go. It shapeshifted right into an assassin. You might have recalled these enemies from the Zenoa boss fight, the big fireplace.
Yeah.
So they're easier to take care of here than the fireplace. In the words of Frollo, trouble in the fireplace.
Ah. Well, Frollo, you just saw a naked dancing fire lady.
I don't know. I love how that movie pushed boundaries.
Oh, same.
Even though Disney was extremely pissed.
I think it was brilliantly done.
Because, like, it's a shame because it never made Lion King money. So that was kind of like reassured Disney's decision of, like,
Which is so sad because, like, you can't tell me that Rose Window animation wasn't absolutely stunning.
Oh, absolutely.
Like-
and I agree. And for me personally, it's one of my favorite Disney movies.
Same.
But for the company, it was a flop.
Yeah. Well, I think
was a risk
religion
that
is a very
They were just like, well, that was
risky
shit.
subject to begin with, especially when you show negative sides of religion, which I think is so important in a lot of these films, is to like show the negative side, but not that
Which is
it's all
funny because
bad.
It's actually the things that Disney forced into, like, they're like, hey, we need this to remind people that it's a Disney film. That's what everyone nowadays don't like.
Yeah.
Like when they look back on it with the gargoyles,
Yeah.
and some of the musical numbers, and like certain scenes, that's the stuff that fans are just like, it'd be one of the better movies if it didn't have that. But Disney executives purposely
But
was
it's-
just like, hey, more of this.
See, what's difficult though is you have to look at the age bracket. The people that don't like that are our age. They're in their, mid to late 20s, early 30s, and they're like, yeah, not really a fan of the talking gargoyles. We are not the target audience of that movie. That movie is intended for children. So like kids like that. I liked that when I was a kid, even though I don't like it now. Because that's what kids are intrigued by. It holds their attention. So it's like, while
I
people
will
will
say
see
there's
it,
better ways
like, can
to
you imagine that movie without, like, the colorful, flashy dance numbers and songs? What would keep kids interested? They don't fully understand
I agree.
the political
but I would propose
themes, the religious themes.
instead of a gargoyle voiced by Jason Alexander, something similar to like Pascal, Entangled, or Sven. Like they're expressive,
Yeah.
but they don't really talk. Because that has proven that is a winning formula
Yeah.
for kids, and it's not grating on adults. So it's like a happy medium.
Yeah. But I think a lot of the time, though, especially whenever it's a more difficult theme like politics and religion, they have to have something more absurd,
Okay.
like talking gargoyles. Whereas if you're looking at like Rapunzel and Pascal, like what theme is absurd in that movie other than like Mother Gothel kidnapped her?
Mostly just like the kidnapping, I guess.
Yeah.
Like the,
So
the
it doesn't-
emotional trauma.
Yeah, it doesn't have such a delicate theme to dance around.
Okay.
So you don't necessarily have to have the absurd sidekick characters to tone down those harsh themes.
Okay. All right, puppers. In the next part, we have the finale to the main story.
Finale.
But we won't be done with Trials of Mana because we have a little bit of post game afterwards.
Woo!
Stay tuned.
Toodles.